see his eyeball. I see his eyeball. There's an eyeball. He's a little, squish. But that's okay. Oh. Yeah, I think this is the one that when I bought it, they sent me a message saying that it's like a mom who just does this in her attic. Who just sells things. So that was cute. I supported a small business. he looks like those like dinosaur fossils. Like that one like velociraptor fossil that's like as I said like before in my story, he's not really in the best condition. As far as, I mean, he's not in bad condition, he's just not in like impeccable condition. Like this one is in like phenomenal condition, which is why I bought him. Was because he's in like significantly better condition. And his fur is like great. There's not even like the littlest bit of like roughness. It's still very soft. It's still very like, he looks like I just bought him out of a store in 2016 at Disney World. This one's more close to like this guy. Although I think he might be a little bit worse, but only by like the tiniest bit. and again, like, even so, like, that's not awful condition, especially for something that's not really made or sold anymore. Oh, this still feels a bit soft, I feel like. Not as soft as the other guy, but still pretty soft. Yeah, so that's what I was seeing in the packaging, is his neck's a little wonky, which is probably why he was standing up against a dartboard to begin with. Which tells me that this was probably very loved by a child, because what I would also do with my stuffed animals when I was younger, my favorite ones, to make them talk, I would hold them like this and go. So that tells you that this was probably loved. And his neck is also like, I feel like the worst condition. Not by much, but it feels a little more like worn than the rest of him. So he was probably heavily loved by a child. Which is honestly really cute. I wonder why he ended up for sale. I don't know if... Well, honestly, a child and I grew out of it. Like, if it was someone closer to my age, they'd be like 20-something now. So, it might just be someone grew out of it. Who knows? But it's kind of cute to see that he was well loved by somebody. Because with the necklace boy over here... Oh, no, oh... with necklace kiosk, he was it's very adamant that he was bought to be resold, which would make a lot of sense if I was right when I said I swear I saw him for sale when I bought this guy, because I swear I did. I could be fabricating that, but I swear he was for sale then. And it would make a lot of sense for that to be true if he was bought purely to be resold, which I genuinely think he was, or at least bought to be displayed. I don't think this was bought to be like someone's toy, because he's just so well taken care of. He has the tiniest little bit of like something on his mane, which feels like an accident. He was impeccably taken care of, like impeccably well. And I think it's either because he was intended to be resold or he was someone's collection. This guy, I don't think he was ever intended to be resold, but I don't think he was played with nearly as roughly as this guy was, because his neck is still in great condition, so if he was played with, he wasn't, talking as much as this guy. This guy was a big talker, in my personal opinion, as a child. It just seems like this guy either was, like, being choked aggressively, or... what's more realistic in my opinion, he was a big talker. So That's just really cute. I might get him like a collar or something to try and keep his neck from doing that. Mainly just because, as we saw earlier, if his top heavy, so if his head goes, his body wants to follow. But yeah, he's still not bad condition at all. He's a little worn, but like, that's still really good condition, considering like how old these things are, and considering the fact that he's definitely was someone's toy. He feels a little worn on his stomach, especially on his neck, because I feel like he was used to talk a lot. He has some, his teeth are dirty, which is completely normal, like they're pure white. He has a little bit of marking on his lip. He has something right there, but that's fine. I'm not like pointing these out to like be angsty with the seller or anything, because I was very much aware that he was not top tier condition. But he has a little bit on his tail. His eyebrow is kind of threading, but this is also the side of his face that Kion's scar is on. So I don't really care about that as much. If he loses some like threading, that's fine with me, especially if it's on this side. But like, he's not a horrible condition for what he is. He could have been much worse, considering he definitely was someone's like toy at some point. But yeah, he needs a neck brace, but besides that, he's still great. This is the Dartboard kiosk. He's in front of a dartboard. I want to get him like a little, I probably will put a collar on him, and then I'll put like a dartboard pendant on the collar, just to distinguish him from the rest. He's kind of distinguished already, because one has a sweater and the other one is in better condition and has a necklace. But I'm kind of like Webkinz people. If you like know Webkinz people, they like buy multiple like signatures. They'll have like 3 German Shepherd signature Webkinz, and then they'll just like give them collars and necklaces and distinguish them from each other. That's gonna be me with my Kions. I'm just gonna have like 50 of the same like Kion plushies, and they're all just gonna have like different sweaters and necklaces and stuff. But yeah, he's not bad. And like, I didn't buy him for his condition. I bought him because he was in front of a dartboard, and it gives him character. And so does, I mean, knowing that he was someone's like beloved toy, and that he was so like well played with, that also gives him character. So I'm not even like mad that his neck is like that. I think it helps, tell a story about him. So that's cute. Something I just noticed, I was lining them up because I wanted to get a picture of all of them for my Instagram, is like, so his nose is extremely crooked, which was something I noticed when I first bought him, and I love it. It gives him character. But something I just noticed is that like his face is actually like is significantly thinner than theirs, which also might just be a result of talking. The stuffing was kind of squeezed down, but he has a slimmer face, and I think it's so cool to like look at like the same stuffed animal, because these are all Disney Store Kions, and I just think it's so like interesting to look at them all and see all like the differences and uniquities. Is that even a word? Uniquities? All the differences between them. Obviously his face is the fullest because he's great, impeccable condition. His face is only like slightly thinner than that, and his face is just really thin. And I just think it's really like interesting to see like the differences between the same plush. Obviously his thinness seems to be a result of his like wear and tear, but his crooked nose, I think that's just completely a factory thing. And I just think it's really cute to see the differences between the same plushes. But yeah, even him who's slightly better condition has like the stained teeth. I think that's pretty inevitable with anything that isn't kept specifically like this guy. I'm 99% sure he was either a collector's item, or was bought to be sold, because he was taken care of very well since being bought. It's very clear of that. But yeah, these are my children, and they're beautiful.